Your mic is on.
Thanks for the heads up. Hey man, Peter, how you feeling, brother?
A little bit better.
Oh
We're getting
man, you don't sound like you are. Oh, hope you feel better soon, man. All right, 1 second, guys. Over on YouTube, yeah, I know you can hear us. Good morning to you. I'm trying to figure out an issue here that we have. Um, let's see here.
there.
All right, guys, we'll be on in just a second. All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to PreMarket Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. Hope you're feeling better soon, man. You're on mute. I
Well,
can't hear you. There we go.
yeah, no, I feel twice as good as yesterday. So that means if I was operating at 30% yesterday, I'm probably all the way up to 60 today. So
Yeah.
I'm ready to
Yeah.
do an ad for NyQuil. I went and bought some NyQuil yesterday, and I don't normally take any medicine, but I
Yeah.
thought I got to
Yeah.
do something here because I was just coughing all night, and now my nose is running and all this stuff. And you remember those old ads? It kept running through my head. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever, so you can rest medicine.
Good night's sleep.
Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Very
I'm
catchy.
ready to do an ad for them, man, because I got a good night's rest. I was all like dried out. I don't know what type of wizardry it was, but it worked. So, anyways, I got a good night's sleep,
Awesome.
so that always helps you feel a little bit
Glad to hear that, man. Friends, let's jump right in. See what's happening for the market. Again, no video over in our chat room. That was the issue I was having. It's just this random thing that happens where sometimes the videos just doesn't work, and today's one of those days. So, unfortunately, Peter, U.S. economic calendar. What's going on today?
Yeah, let me set up the room here as we're talking then. Yeah, so we had some economic data that just came out a couple of minutes ago now. It really wasn't that, I don't know. I don't think it was that impactful. This is the employment cost index, which means the relative cost to employers for hiring a new employee. The expected increase was 1% even. It came out at 1.2%. So that's a little bit of an increase, clearly, but not that big. I think the market is a little oversensitive because really what's going on is that we're all in wait of the big FOMC rate announcement that is supposed to be coming out tomorrow. I hope you can still hear me, by the way.
Yeah,
Everything's
loud
frozen.
and clear.
I went to go and share a screen and everything's frozen on my computer. So, all right, hopefully it'll pop back here. Anyways, so that's happening tomorrow afternoon as it usually does. 2 o'clock rate announcement, and then 2:30, as usual, is the press conference where Powell will either say something to calm people's nerves or more likely say something to get the markets jumping all over the place like a crazy market. So we'll see what happens. I've got some sort of weird frozen sneer on my face. Hold on a sec. Let's go back up. There we go.
There it is.
Okay.
You're good.
That looks a little bit better. Anyways, so yeah, it's that's really the big economic news, like I said, that we're looking for again tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock, for the rate decision to come out. Markets usually jump right at 2 as the computers read it. Then 2:30, the press conference starts. So it's sometime after that. So keep that in mind. That's the big one. Tomorrow morning, we do have ADP employment and construction spending. All that's not that much. If you really look at today, like I said, not a lot happening today other than later, like in a few minutes, we're going to have the home price index, the Chicago PMI. Those aren't really big market impact ones. But again, like we just saw, a few minutes ago, the market can overreact to these things. So I would be careful. Sorry. I would be
No, all
careful
good,
if you
man.
see those, especially with the consumer confidence that's coming out at 10. When the consumer confidence comes out, if you're in a trade, just be aware that it's happening so you don't get caught by surprise, right? It's probably a short term if it reacts at all, but I don't want you like the thing spiking and you're like, what the hell's happening? Like, just be aware that something weird could happen at 10 o'clock as the consumer confidence number comes out.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Peter. And yeah, man, hopefully that will create some action for us this morning. All right, let's dive in here, guys. Let's take a quick look at our gappers list this morning. I'm going to Control A, Control X is going to clean up our watch list today. But quick look at our gappers list today. We got a couple of things in the green, a lot more in the red this morning. Mara, Riot, I see all of Bitcoin down, even coin here, all in this gap down list. So that should be interesting. And then gapping up, we got a couple of names, 3M that we are very familiar with, PayPal. Jai was giving a breakdown of PayPal earlier today and engineering the markets in our chat room. So shout out to him for that. And then Roku. So a couple of plays that we can take hopefully advantage of as we go through this list. And then the gap down again, there's a couple or a nice one on there as well. Let's dive in. First one on the list is WGS. WGS this morning up 22%, 246,000 shares traded. But man, this looks brutal. I mean, if you look at this daily, 5 minute, 1 minute, everything looks very light on volume. Like the entire day here, right, which is a nice move, decent move from 1250 to about 10, roughly 353,000 shares traded. If you go in there and you look at that activity, it's going to be so bad. Today in the pre-market, we've done more shares than we have done all week, looks like, right? Individual on every individual day this week and last week. So I don't know how well this is going to trade, man. We probably spent too much time on it, Peter. Anything good on this?
They had earnings after the close yesterday. Generally, it was a good quarter, as usual. The bigger news was that the analysts, actually, not the company, but the analysts were raising their forecasts for the full year. So that's got it moving a little bit. Like you said, the volume doesn't look great. It's not one that typically jumps up on our list. So, yeah, I'm willing to bet it's probably not going to be an awesome one. What's the daily? Yeah, like the daily volume, we're only looking at 250,000 shares normally, right? So if even that. So, yeah, this is unlikely to give us great trading.
Yeah, we'll leave this alone. Heading down to the next one, MULN is on the list, and this is up 17%, 3.2 million shares traded. It is a low flow at 6.4, and it seems like the action started yesterday. So yesterday breaking out of $4 into $6 here, and it looks like it had a good trading day, right? Lots of volume. It seems a little bit clean here, so it could be in play today for a second day play. Any news breaking out on this one yesterday? We didn't have it on our gap up list because pre-market action was pretty much non-existent here. But today they seem to be writing some news from yesterday. I'm going to put it here.
So they did get some news. It looks like it was yesterday morning. You might have covered this yesterday. I don't know. I was sleeping. But anyways, this is one of these little auto manufacturers I don't even know about. But Mullen's got apparently an EV truck called the 3. And it's a truck that's going to retail at about $68,500, but it's qualified for a rebate of up to $45,000. So they're basically saying that if you combine that with a federal tax credit of about $7,500, you could basically get one of these trucks for less than 17 grand. So I mean, that's really what was driving it. That just a massive. That sounds a little oversized there, but okay. So yeah, if you want, maybe we should look this up. I don't even know what these things look like, but if you're in, I think this is California, the California's hybrid and zero emission truck incentive project. So yeah, so maybe we should talk to Mike. Mike needs to buy himself one of these things, and we can see what they look like. I'm looking it up now. I want to know what these things. Oh, that's not. That's not exciting. It's actually like yeah. It's like it's a delivery truck. Yeah, it's a flatbed. It's one of these things. Hold on. Still, I want to see Mike with one. Here. There, you can get one of these. I want to see how impressed his wife is when he rocks home with one of these and says, "Look, hon, I bought a new truck. It's super cheap. We can like tow things." Oh, you're on mute if you're talking there, Carlos.
Oh, there it is. I'm on. Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. There's Mike. I don't think Mike is he's over on YouTube laughing. I don't think his wife is going to be happy. No, his wife. I know his wife. She's not going to like that at all. Mike will be the only one driving that thing.
There are very few wives on the planet that would be happy if that thing pulled up into the driveway. So here's our new daily driver.
Yeah, that's not it. All right, but hey, it's moving. It's got volume. It's an actual company, so that's good, right? Even though it's a 6.4 million shares traded here. Sorry, a 6.4 float. So I'm going to add to the list. At least there's something that we can actually, look at it. There's not a puffy cloud type company, right? There's something going on there. So I'm going to add it to the risky pile, guys. Could be interesting today.
I'm
Um,
gonna put it
so
onto my list of EV vehicles. And again, it's not one that
yeah,
I was tracking, so why
we'll
not?
keep an eye on it. Here is LLY, and they have earnings. Obviously, a few times we see them on the list there. They trade very light on volume. Today, they're in play for sure. They're up 6.2, 322,000 shares traded. It looks like they did well in their earnings last night. This morning, Peter.
This morning, yeah. So they did have earnings this morning. Like you said, keep in mind this is a NYSE stock, so volume is low, but it can pick up once the markets open. And on their earnings, they missed on revenue but beat bottom line. They really they lifted their guidance, which is always the key thing, right? What do you say for the rest of the year? So 2024 guidance was very positive, and we can see them jumping. They in fact increased their sales by about $2 billion based on their weight loss drug. I mean, it seems to be like if you got a weight loss drug, everybody wants the miracle drug, and Eli Lilly is taking advantage of that. It's called Mounjaro. I've never even heard of this thing, but
No, never heard of it.
Mounjaro and Zepbound, both
Hmm.
chemically known as tizepatide. What the hell? I don't even know what these things are. But anyways, yeah,
All right,
weight loss
there it
drugs.
is. Um, it is in play. How well it's going to trade? Let's do a possible for now. I know people are going to want this one. There's a lot of traders that do trades very well, and today's one of those days where if it's going to do anything today, for sure, it's one of them. So we'll put it on there. The next one on here, DJT. Donald Trump's trials continues today, so resumes today. So
Oh,
I
what happened?
think
Oh,
that's the hush money trial. So maybe that's just moving some stuff over here. But this is up 5.4 this morning, 352,000 shares traded. Hard to borrow, so you can't short this. And man, treat this like a very low flow risky stock. It's 39 million shares float, but with the amount of volume that it trades, it can move quite a bit, $1 or $2 very easily. So be very, very careful.
and
Any other news
they're
aside the hush
continuing their
money?
push. Yeah,
Mhm.
some of the executives behind the DJT are continuing their push to encourage investors to buy for the long term and then submit their stock certificates that prevent them from being shortable. Again, it's a little bit. It really isn't that effective, but it's creating some buzz, which is interesting. That it doesn't really matter how effective it is to stop short sellers. What they're just trying to do is, create noise, and they're doing that successfully. So anyways, DJT, like you said, it's going to rise and fall based on the trial and what keeps happening there. So
Yeah, I don't
I
think
I don't like it. I mean, I tried watching it for a few days, and it is
it is
difficult.
hard.
It is a
Yeah, it's
very
hard to
difficult
trade.
one to trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And part of it is the lack of volume that it gets, man. It jumps around quite a bit. So again, just be mindful. It is a 39 million shares flow. So it is on that low flow category, right? Usually anything under 50 million, you got to be very careful with. Let's take a look at PayPal this morning. PayPal, it's a good one. We used to trade PayPal a ton, not only when it had earnings, I mean, all the time, but it doesn't seem that way anymore, this stock. But today, up 4.9, 3.2 million shares traded, Peter. And I'm assuming this thing's got some good news, obviously, at the moment.
Yeah, they had earnings this morning, beat their numbers, top bottom line, increased their profit forecast for the year. They say they're expecting to see a good 2024. So they're moving up well, good volume. I think this is probably going to be in play today. So yeah, I actually like it. We'll see
Yeah.
what it does.
Yep. I am going to add this one on here as well. It can be very, very nice. It's going to get the volume today, obviously. 3.2 for a stock that normally is trading around, 10 million already in the pre-market. That is tons of volume. This is heavily in play this morning. Will be on our list. Another one that we also used to trade quite a bit that has been making a little bit more noise lately. If you look at this daily chart, the last week or so of trading, we've been seeing a little more action out of it. We went from barely moving to moving quite a bit. Look at every daily on here, looking pretty nice. So today they're gapping up 2.6, not a whole lot of volume, just 220,000. Anything driving this on Roku this morning?
Yeah, they announced a partnership with another stock that we only ever see occasionally on the list, TTD. Sorry, TTD, the Trade Desk. So Roku and the Trade Desk have a partnership. to help equip advertisers. So a lot of back-end services, right, on how to manage TV streaming content or online streaming content. So they're working together to put sort of marketing campaigns and support services together for streaming service content providers, of which, as we've said before, there are lots of them out there these days. So, yeah, I guess that could be a good business model. So, anyways, TTD is not on our list, but Roku seems to be getting the praise for that partnership, which was announced earlier this morning.
Yeah. So again, I like Roku. I wish I had better volume here. I'm going to add it to my main list. Might not stay there, but we will definitely keep an eye on Roku. See if anything comes out of that. We missed one here, which is 3M. So MMM, and
Yes.
obviously we see them 4 times a year. Today's one of them. It is here gapping up on earnings 7.5, 425, 1,000 shares traded so far this morning. So Peter, looking good today. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, earnings this morning beat their numbers. It all looks good. The market's happy because they announced they're going to be increasing prices, which doesn't make their customers happy. But like, I mean, 3M's got a lot of proprietary products that you don't have much choice, right? If you're buying it, you're going to buy it, even if they put in a 2, 5, 10% price increase or whatever they're going to do. But anyways, what we care about is how the market reacts. So the market says price increases, sounds good to us. That means more bottom line profit. So.
Yeah, definitely in play today. It's going to be here next to LLY, just because again, it could be strange, but today's going to be the day they have some
Yeah.
good volume on here. But again, it's one of these tickers that doesn't trade all that great at times. All right, that covers it. One last one here in the gap up is AON. AON, if I can type that correctly. This is just had to mess up the gap up list, huh? There you go. Garbage can for you, my friend. That is just horrible. I don't know what's going on there. There's volume. It's up 2.3. I mean, but it's just, I don't know how you trade this. So we'll leave that alone. Let's go to the gap down, which seems to be growing quite a bit. It was not this long just a few minutes ago, but it's definitely growing. CHGG leading the way, gapping down 15% this morning, 407,000 shares traded. So as you see here, struggling. Lower price stock, under $10. Peter, earnings, big drop for them today.
I think. Oh, they had earnings after the close yesterday. Okay, so it wasn't this morning; it was yesterday. And their earnings were okay, but their forecast was disappointing. So analysts didn't like their forecast, and they're expressing their displeasure this morning by a couple of different downgrades. And I'm really sorry about my voice; I can feel it a bit. Am I making everybody feel like they have to clear their throat? You know when somebody talks with
No,
that type of voice, it's all scratchy, and you're like, "You want to clear your throat?"
it
No,
was
all right,
some.
then that's good. All right, but anyways, they had a
You're
couple of
good.
downgrades from Jeffries and Craig Hallam, so that's why they're gapping down.
All right, there you go. Again, I just don't like it. We'll move on to the next one. STLA. What is this here? Stellantis. We've seen this before. I remember the name. Trades horrible. I think it's foreign as well, right? So let me just look at this chart.
Yeah,
It's just brutal. So
they're out of the Netherlands.
yeah.
This is another auto manufacturer. I mean, I'm telling you, there are auto manufacturers out there that I didn't even know existed, man. But this one actually I do know about because I ran into them when I was traveling Europe and Portugal and Spain and places. But anyways, they had a sort of rough start to the year. They're another one that's actually got a partnership or with Volkswagen. Remember, Volkswagen was working with Lee, I think it is, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
anyways, but Stellantis has had a rough start to the year and we're seeing gap down. But again, probably not that tradable. I don't, nicey stock, foreign, probably not going to be that great. I mean, look at that daily, right? That daily literally looks awful, especially looking over the last couple of weeks. All these big gaps, tiny,
Yeah.
tiny
Yeah.
little range candles, right? Like these spinning top dojis all over the place. It gaps every single day. Like you could just look at a
Mm-hmm.
daily chart sometimes and know I'm unlikely to get good trading anytime when you get a chart that looks just like that, like Carlos is showing us on the screen. So
Yeah. Yeah. Not great. Skip on this one for now. Again, it is getting better volume than what it normally does. So if there's any chance that that's gonna trade well on any day, today's the day, right? So if you somewhat like this or you're on the fence, put it on your list because today they will get volume. Looks like on this drop here, but for the most part, not a good one. All right, we got Bitcoin coming up. We got CleanSpark. We got Mara. I see Riot. Coin was down here a few minutes ago, disappeared. But I'm gonna start with Riot on this, right? Because Riot's been again trading much better. The volume seems a lot higher. You can look at the daily here. You can see the change in the way it's been trading over the last couple of days. So I do like that there. It is down 4.3, 886,000 shares traded. So I do like the volume there. Might be worth looking at. And we do have shares for sure. We have plenty, 2.8 million. So that's more than enough for all of us here. Let's take yeah, I'm going to add that one to the list. And then we also have CleanSpark, CLSK, a CleanSpark. And this is also down 4.2. 501,000, but this one is on SSR for some reason. Obviously, probably dropped quite a bit in the last couple of days. So, and then let's look at Mara. And Mara also great volume as always at 1.3 million. I'm going to put this one on my secondary as well. This one can also be good. So, Peter, anything as we talk about coin, anything in the Bitcoin, any news or just overall market movements this morning?
Well, it's more continuation of the news that we've been playing at for the last 2 weeks. So Bitcoin prices are continuing to drop. They're actually threatening 60,000 again. You can see we're sitting at 61.5 right now. And you can see about 2 weeks ago when they spiked down just below 60,000. And it looks like in the next few days, if things don't turn around, we're going to be back there. In the case of CleanSpark, them and a few of the other smaller crypto mining companies, there's a lot of concern that, remember this halving event that we talked about? If I can say it
Yes, of
properly,
course.
the
I cannot
halving.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. The halving, it does sound like the purge or something, but the halving.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, the premium they get paid for mining a Bitcoin gets cut in half. So, and this keeps
Mhm.
happening at set intervals based on how many coins have been mined, and that happened about 2 weeks ago. So there's a concern that's going to erode the profitability of these companies and their ability to survive. So, and it may force mergers and other things. Now, there's no specific rumors about CleanSpark or any others that I've seen, but the concern is that the market's going to sort of shift itself, and we may see some of these companies decide to merge, team up, or maybe just go out of business if they can't float their costs. So we'll see what
Yeah.
happens. But yeah, I would say that's the general news for why we're seeing a bunch of the cryptos on the list this morning.
All right, there you go. I'm gonna keep my eye on Riot and Mara. I think those are looking have been looking very very good lately. So keep an eye on those two there. All right, going to this list, a BBVA just popped up here, and this is a bank. Normally doesn't trade very well, very light on volume this morning. It is down 7.7, but again, I don't see anything really great on this thing, so I'm gonna skip it, Peter, unless you have something to go over on this. I'll move on to the next one.
No, I don't. It's it's garbagey.
All right, we'll
Trash
move on
that
down. We'll trust that. Yeah, IBRX on the list again. Had a couple of days. Been getting some good activity here. One of our members over on YouTube had their best day on this stock yesterday. So congratulations to you. I saw their name up here. Was it Vasilis? I think it was Vasilis. Yes, it was. So excellent stuff, man.
Yeah.
Could be in play
Last
today.
week,
Yeah.
sorry, last week the announcement was that they got the FDA approval for their bladder cancer treatment.
Mhm.
And this is typical, right? It was sort of a third day play where you see it jumped up, continued that a little bit yesterday, but you can tell it faltered by that giant top end wick. And now
Yeah.
we're just following a little bit. So this is pretty typical price action. Expect the volume to be down. I mean, it could do anything, but typically what happens, it just sort of bleeds off slowly without, big trading opportunity. I'm not going to be touching it myself.
Yeah, I won't be looking at it either. It is a low flow. Is it a low flow stock, right? Um, yeah, actually no, it's 136 million. So it's not a low flow stock, just lower price.
136. Yeah.
Third days are tough, guys. So be careful. Third days here of of it being in play and getting extra volume. So be careful if you are going to be watching this. I'll skip it on it for now. Let's take a look at McDonald's this morning.
It's a
Yeah,
rare one there. By the way, I just looking at the shares on that. You're right. The
on
float,
which
which
one?
means the number of shares available for active trading is 136 million. But the total shares outstanding, shares issued, is over 670,000. That means there's half a million
Wow.
billion shares, sorry, that are in private hands and not available for public trading. So yeah, somebody's betting big that this thing is gonna gonna be large and make a ton of money because yeah, they're holding on to a hell of a lot of the inventory. So
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. That is very interesting there. Guys, you can always check all this information on tradingterminal.com. You can come up here, type in the ticker, type in the name, and get all this data, financials overview. I mean, just everything is on here, pretty nice and clean. Here's the news for that specific ticker if you'd like to look at it. Again, just a great, great website. This show is brought to you by tradingterminal.com. So make sure you definitely check that out. All right. So again, another third day on this one could be interesting. If you like it, put it on your list. Next on here was, I believe, McDonald's, MCD. Yeah,
Yeah.
McDonald's. Another one that we see 4 times a year at least. Today's one of those days. Down 4% this morning, 248,000 shares traded. I guess people are not eating a lot of McDonald's lately, Peter. We're down here 4%, which is not really a big drop in
Well,
the stock.
that's exactly what the company said, Carlos. It's like you read
Huh?
their earnings report. Yeah, they said that basically people are cutting back a little bit and not going out to the restaurant as much. So they had a bad quarter, missed on top and bottom line. I mean, McDonald's is not really in trouble, so you don't have to worry for them. But yeah, they just didn't have a good quarter, and we can see them gapping down. This is another one that I every time it has earnings, I'm like, oh yeah, let's try and trade McDonald's. That'll be fun. It doesn't typically trade well. At least I've never found a really
Yeah,
good trade on it. So.
I'm with you, man. This is not one that trades well. I don't know why is that, but it is in play. I'm gonna add it here to my secondary list.
Yep, I'm gonna watch it. Like, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong, I'm gonna watch it because I for whatever reason I feel compelled to do that. But
yeah,
yeah, I'm not holding out a lot of hope that it's gonna trade well. I think I'm still feeling guilty because my wife told me to buy McDonald's for our long term portfolio about 10, 15 years, probably 15 years ago now. And if we had, yeah, our money would have we would have been like 10 times or something, whatever. It's crazy because it was only like $15 at the time. So
yeah.
yeah.
You would have
Anyways.
owned Flair instead of trying to fly that company. You would have owned them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Uh.
Oh well. What can you do?
So
By the way, a couple weeks ago, I watched the movie The Founder. If
yeah,
you like,
it's a
I
great
mean, it's
movie.
not really a documentary. It's a
Yeah.
drama, but it talks about sort of how McDonald's was founded. It was actually interesting. I thought it was well
Yeah.
done. So if you like those, yeah, docudrama type things, it was good. So well worth watching, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was good. I always wonder how much of that is real, but I looked it up, and you always go after the movie, you go look it up on a Google, and a lot of the stuff that they said was actually pretty true, which is kind of messed up for
Yeah,
those guys.
it was pretty
Really messed
close.
up.
They
Yeah,
did
yeah,
play with the timeline a little bit because I did the same thing. You sort of look it up and you see what's real and what's not. But they
yeah,
did, yeah, they did a good job with it. Anyways, so there you
yeah.
go. It's a movie
So there it is.
recommendation.
McDonald's and on the list of secondary list. Which, if you look at this secondary list, everything on here besides Mara has earnings. It's somewhat in play, but they just are not great. But I'm going to keep a close eye on them just in case they surprise us this morning. Heading down to the list, we see a real good buddy of ours is going to be Tesla. And man, look at the move. Peter, I know you were not trading yesterday, but look at this move that we had yesterday on Tesla. Huge gap up. Today we're down 3%, but this is coming after I mean, guys, we're hanging out at 140 on Tesla. I mean, just the magnitude of a conference call, our buddy Elon just readjusting himself to pay attention to his company here. Look at the increase in pop we have received out of this. So it's in play today. 3.8 million shares traded. It is down 3.1, slightly down here. But again, just got to be careful with this stock. It's so strong lately. I'm going to be watching this. Anything new out of the Tesla camp, Peter?
You, there's a lot of little bits of news out of Tesla. Elon's apparently unhappy with some of his executives, so he's going to be firing or has fired a couple more executives, maybe I could say. He, as we know, he's laying off staff, and actually, it looks like the layoffs are going to go deeper than originally announced. An extra 10% over and above what was already, talked about. Some talk about Tesla in China. There was one sort of editorial piece where they're in the Wall Street Journal, which has impact there. we're talking about, the tide has turned on Tesla, and China used to need Tesla to help spur their economy and drive innovation. They've sucked all of the technology out of Tesla they can, and now Elon needs China more than China needs Elon. So they're saying that now he's got to go sort of cap in hand and make sure that he's getting fair treatment there, because they're of course now going to start to favor some of the more advanced technologies that is expected to be developed out of China. So I don't know. We'll see how true that is, but it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if it's true or not. What matters is the news cycle on it. And like you said, big gap up yesterday. Looks like we're going to be
Yep.
getting a pullback today, and there's lots of room for it to move one way or the other, either way. So yeah,
Yeah.
this is absolutely tradable today.
Yeah, in play for sure. All right, friends, we're going to stop here. This list is long. We're not going to get to everything on there, but we'll stop here for the most part. We cover the majority of the list. Peter, what other earnings? I know we have Starbucks we haven't touched on yet, but what other earnings do you have that we should be discussing this morning?
Well, I mean, I wasn't in the game yesterday, so I
Yep.
didn't. Starbucks, they must have had earnings after the close, because that was not a this morning one. I didn't even look at them. But
Actually, Starbucks is not. No, Starbucks is today, I believe.
is it? Oh, it's
Is it
after the close
today?
today, maybe.
And is it after? Yeah,
Okay.
it's today after the close, right? Alongside
All right,
Amazon.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, my mistake.
All right. There you go. Well, so then say after so one that did have earnings this morning, the only one that we haven't covered already that I want to talk about was Coca-Cola. KO, not usually a great trading stock, but sometimes on Mike's afternoon trading list. We haven't talked about that in a while, but Mike had this afternoon trading list he would sometimes look at. They had a good quarter, beat their numbers. People are buying more sugar water, and they basically had a good quarter. So not a great trading stock, to be honest, but sometimes you can get these nice little sort of semi-slow, trending moves on it. So if you're into that, then Coke might be your stock.
All right, there it is. I don't like the way this thing moves at all, so I'll leave it off my list for today. All right, friends, that's what we have so far: PayPal, Roku, Riot, and Tesla. And I got a bunch of other stuff down here. Let's take it to the room. See what you guys like this morning. Let's start here with what do we have here? Tesla, we did look at fully self-driving. Yeah, FSD. Yep, that's gonna be big. Obviously, CCJ. Let's take a look at CCJ this morning. What is CCJ? CCJ. No, it is down 2.9 here. I don't like the how low the volume is. Aside from today's pre-market action, right? Just look at the daily, right? This also gets very, very light volume. It just doesn't look great. So I'm gonna skip on this one, man. Be very careful if you have this one on your list. Just looks like one that's not gonna trade or that well. MULN, is it moving? Yeah, look, it's rocking here. I have it on my risky pile, guys. This is up 25%. And I think after Peter was talking about it and showed the truck over on YouTube, people are starting to buy the stock and or starting to buy the trucks. Maybe they're excited about having a truck where they can, overload
Mike
things
must have put his
around.
order in.
Mike must have put his order in. Two at that price, two for him and his wife. So that's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
So that one's on deck, guys. Moving very well this morning. AON. Oh no. How this came about? AON. I'm not sure what you like on here, Milad, but this pre-market activity is brutal right now, right? So normally the stock doesn't get a whole lot of price action, a whole lot of volume. The last couple of days had a big gap down, recover nicely. Look at this recovery; it's with 4.6. Again, for the way I trade for my strategy, that's not going to do it. That's the entire number of shares traded the entire day. In fact, let's go look at it real quick just to see. Ooh, yeah, this is. If you ever, I traded stocks like this. If you ever traded something like this, it is so painful. So just be careful. It is hard to read the price action. It is hard to come up with strategies that you can kind of trade on something like this. So be mindful of that. AMD, we haven't talked about AMD, Nvidia. Yeah, so some you guys mentioning AMD. Let's take a look on here. AMD this morning, we have great volume. AMD, 1 million shares traded. I don't see where that is in the pre-market right now here on the charts, but it's got some good volume. I like the daily more than anything, right? Possible breakout if we can get going. Hopefully not a whole lot of chop this morning. I'm going to compare it against Nvidia since these two seem to be the ones that the two semi companies that we look at the most as far as that goes. So I don't know. I think AMD looks better today. I like AMD's daily on it. Looks cleaner. I think I'm going to go AMD. Nevertheless, you can always look at Nvidia as a secondary, but I think AMD is going to be the one on my list this morning. Amazon after
You go,
hours
baby.
earnings. What was that, Peter?
I said, you go, baby. Go.
There you
Talk
go.
about AMD.
There you go. AMD for the win today. Amazon earnings after the close today. So that's going to be exciting. We got a couple of earnings. You can check those on tradingterminal.com. So if we look right over here, we have Amazon after the close. We have Stryker, which it doesn't trade very well, but it's going to be on there. And then Starbucks. I do like Starbucks. On earnings, they trade very, very well. And this is, these guys are, I know this name. That what is that? I know that name. For some reason, sounds familiar.
Mondelez? Yeah, they've come up in the past. So
Yeah, yeah. No, but I
it's
feel like I know them from like some the product or something. I'm not sure. It looks familiar. All right. So Amazon is here, guys. I think we can add it. I think it'll be in play today. They got great volume. I think it's worth watching into the close, right? So Oreos, they make Oreos. I remember that now. That's what they do.
they do.
Yes,
Oh,
I think they own Oreos. I think that's what it is. One of my favorite cookies.
okay.
I haven't had them in a
I
while,
didn't know
but
you were an Oreos aficionado.
I only know that now. I remember that because I used to drive by their factory here in Jersey when I used to go to work, and the smell.
Okay.
Oh man, awesome! It was real
All
nice.
right.
But yeah,
Because I thought that was a Nabisco but you're right. It is owned by
it is
Mondelez
owned by because
International.
they changed the name from Nabisco in the building to that name. I'm like, what the hell is this? And they got bought out, and I was like, okay. So that's where I remember that
You are
from.
correct. Okay, there you go.
Um,
Mondelez
Memory's still
Oreos.
working. Ticker's still good. All right. Roku, Riot, Tesla, AMD, Amazon. There it is, friends. That's my list for right now. You guys brought up some real good ones on here. Let's take a look here over on YouTube. Wow, Pig Wrestler, you're bringing up a blast from the past here. Tiva Pharmaceuticals. We should trade these guys a bunch. Last couple of days, we've seen an increase in movement here, but I don't like the volume this morning for what I'm looking to trade. So if you like it, put it on your list. I'm gonna pass on it. I think it's not heavily in play on this unless there's any news coming up. INTC is another one that I think we should look at. These guys just been getting crushed, right? So here's the list so far. We are down slightly. Look at this volume. Where's this volume at? 7.8 million shares traded. I mean, this is like the stepchild of the tech of the semis lately. It's just not getting it done. So
Wow.
um,
Where is the volume though? I don't really see it in the pre-market. The
I don't see
pre-market
it
looks
either. Yeah, I don't see it
well.
either.
I would stick with AMD. It looks better to me, but that's
Yeah, yeah. So there it is. And can we say that? Can we say the stepchild of the semis? Is that offensive to people? Like it's so sensitive now. I got to be careful, Peter. Put me in check.
yeah.
Um,
It's
but
I'm sure somebody's offended. There's always somebody.
all right. Well, if you're offended, you email Peter at bearbutchers.com and he'll take care of you. But don't email him today. He's sick, guys. Come on. Be nice. All right. If you haven't done so already, guys, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. We'd love to get to 200 is our goal. I think we're sitting at what is this? 115? 130. There we go. We're sitting at 130. So definitely help us there. Why is PayPal? No, PayPal is on my list. Sorry, it is on my list. I had not scrolled all the way up, but that's the first one on my list for sure. Yeah, so PayPal is on here. All right, let's head over to community events and announcements happening today, this beautiful Tuesday. So I'm going to go over here to bearbutchers.com. You can always see what's happening here, guys. bearbutchers.com, click on webinars. And we have, as we scroll down, what's happening for today, this Tuesday.
Yeah, and in case I needed more proof, our earlier conversation, you're not feeling well when. We just had to talk about Oreos, and it did not sound appealing to me. So I know I'm not. I know I'm not feeling well when an Oreo doesn't make me go, Oreos.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, it's Tuesday, so we have Carlos. It's going to be busy today. He's coming back tonight to do a webinar on mastering momentum to unlock the power of the 5-minute ORB strategy. Let's hope he gets one today that maybe he can talk about. But it doesn't happen every day, but you need to know how to identify it and how to take advantage of it when it does. He will give you some overview on how he approaches it. That's at 8 o'clock in the webinar room. And the next week, Jason Chapman will be talking about his earnings edge and talk about his option strategies That'll be on Tuesday, May the 7th at 8 o'clock. So remember, Tuesdays, we always talk strategy and trade book, and that's what we'll be doing in the next 2 days. Sorry about that little weird, cracky voice there. As Carlos mentioned earlier, the pre-market show is sponsored by tradingterminal.com and NyQuil. But tradingterminal.com, it's where you can go to get all of your stock information. It's meant for frequent traders, and it's a great resource. So check it out. Everything from the heat map that he's showing here to the simulator to the scanners. It's got a replay mode, an academy for your learning. It's got all sorts of stuff in it. But at this time of year, it's good for the earnings under the economic calendar. And then, of course, the earnings calendar and then the economic calendar. Because remember, I'm going to remind you again, today, we're sort of in wait. Tomorrow is the big day when we have the FOMC interest rate decision that's coming out at 2 o'clock. And then Powell's going to give a press conference starting at 2:30. So hopefully, remember that. That means today, sometimes things are a little quieter heading into that. But no, wait. Yeah, that is tomorrow. That's tomorrow, not today. I suddenly had like a brain. I'm like, wait, was that today? No, I haven't fallen asleep for a whole day. That's tomorrow. All right. But at 10 o'clock, we saw the overreaction earlier this morning to the employment cost index. So be aware at 9:45, we've got the Chicago Business Barometer. Then at 10 o'clock, consumer confidence. You can find those again in the Trading Terminal economic calendar. But know that if you're in a trade, those things may come and affect your trade, maybe for the good, maybe for the bad, but be aware of them so that you're not caught by surprise. Okay? 9:45 and 10 o'clock. You see them right at the bottom of that page, right in the middle that Carlos is showing you right now. All right. And if you want to join us at Bear Bull Traders, most of our moderators have lovely voices and sound a lot better than I do. So if you wanted to join us, we have a number of membership options from the intro through the basic, monthly, and elite, right through the elite annual. I can feel my voice going. That's awesome. All right. So pick the one that's best for you, and hopefully we'll see you in the chat room sometime soon. I'm going to end it now before I start squeaking all over the
place. Man, thanks for getting through that. Peter, you're good, man. I can take it from here. Get some rest, get some honey, some Ricola, just feel better,
honey
man.
And lemon, in hot water.
Absolutely. Yeah, or in your case, some scotch, whatever can get you better, man. All right, friends, let's get to it. So this morning, PayPal, Roku, Riot, Tesla, AMD, and Amazon. I think it's a very, very good list made up of some of our usual suspects and also some stuff that is in play today because of earnings. So looking forward to see how that is going to play out. Starting with PayPal, tons of volume this morning, 3.7 million shares traded. It is up 5.6. My favorite one today. 72.80 is the high of the pre-market and the lowest slamming down at 63.36. So we'll put a level there. And at the bottom, towards the bottom of the price action, you do see the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, plus the previous day close, also doing a great job there. So you're covered. Let's go to the left and see if we can find some levels. Last time we were on here, look at this gap up. Let's zoom in here. What do we have going on here? So last time we dropped big, we had a nice gap down here. That seems to be what we cover, and we went right to the top of this gap down here at that time. So interesting. To find levels in between here, we're going to look at June, July. So we're just going to zoom right in here, and we're going to have a great level here at 68.96 is a good one. And then the bottom here, we have 71.86. Where the price action is right now, that is also a level, but only really got 2 days on there. So again, not really a heavy level. We'll mark it down 70.66. That's a minor level. The other one's got a lot more touches. You can tell here how clean that is. So that's going to be much, much better. But nevertheless, we'll mark that down. Above the 72.77, which is your high of your pre-market, in case we get going here, we're going to mark down 73.98, might actually be 74, and 76.46. So this morning, PayPal back in action. I have not looked at the stock in such a long time. So looking forward to trading that today. Here is Roku towards the bottom. You got plenty. Don't need to add anything. Just the low of the pre-market. That's all you need. Once you do that, you are set. And then towards the bottom, towards the top, high of the pre-market, 61.20 is your high of your pre-market. And you're looking good. Within those 2 levels, you got plenty on here as well. More highs and lows for the last 2 trading days as well. So some really good levels being mark there. Towards the top, in case we get going, we do have a 62.02, and then right up here, the big one at 63.18. Plenty of touches there. Look at the support you had here over a stretch of what, almost 3 weeks, looks like. So 63.18, great level that can now become resistance. Has been resistance the last few times we got up here. So in case we get going, that's something to look out for. I do wish Roku had more volume, so I might end up moving down to a secondary. It's got to get the volume at the market open. Right now, 254,000 is not going to cut it. We're going to need more than that. I'm hoping that the market open brings some volume in here. Here is Riot. So I'm looking at Riot. I do have Mara on a secondary, but Riot's been trading very well. Pre-market action's gotten a little choppy over the last couple of minutes here. The low of the pre-market is 1047. The high is 1131. Towards the top, you're set here, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. As we're dropping, are covering you, so don't need to add anything there. Don't make it more complicated than what it needs to be. And then towards the bottom here, good area of support around $10. Go figure, right? The whole dollar number there. And then here, I'm not seeing anything great. I think the next best one is 910, right? So 910 is a good one to have on there in case we do drop any further. So right now, that is right. Has been trading very well over the last couple of days. We talked about this earlier. Look at the daily here, how nice that looks. Tesla this morning, tons of volume, 4.2 now. I mean, this thing is just rocking. 187.20 is the low of the pre-market. The high, just slightly below the previous day close, over at 193.59. And then towards the bottom here on Tesla, below the low from yesterday, a couple of areas here, 179.04. And then below that, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. So pretty set towards the bottom there. In case we do decide to come back up, we do have our previous day close, our high from yesterday. And above that, we do have this 204 above the highs from yesterday's trading day. So this will be interesting. This is tons of volume today. Really loving that this morning. AMD, I love the daily for a possible breakout. As you can see here, guys, we're set towards the bottom. Just mark down the low of the pre-market. Then the rest is done for you. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, creating a great support there. It looks like AMD wants to break out. High of the pre-market, 162.57. We just need some strength going into the market open today from the overall market. I think that will help it a lot. 164.67, good level there. We'll mark that as well in case we do get going on AMD. Last but not least is Amazon. And if they don't trade well today, they'll definitely trade well tomorrow after earnings tonight. After the close, they'll get earnings on Amazon. So tomorrow we'll be in play. We'll see where this thing is gapping up or down. High of the pre-market, 184.83. And then we have 181.77 on here as well. Towards the bottom, all set. Highs and lows. Doing a pretty good job there. Previous day close. In case we get back to our high of our pre-market over at 184.83, we're going to slam a level right around 187.08, looks like, and then all the way up here at 189. So I do like Amazon. They got tons of volume today. Let's hope that can translate to some kind of good, clean trading this morning. All right, friends, that is what we have. Let's head over to our moderators list and see what's going on there. So we're going to go right over here, move this over just like this, and see what our team is watching this morning. So there you go,
Thanks
Peter.
for
You
the
got
advice,
some
everybody.
you got some stuff, huh?
We got, well, you know, tea, lemons, honey, just like you guys recommended. So we'll get myself
Excellent,
better
man.
here. We'll work on it. So thanks.
Excellent. Beautiful thing. That looks awesome. All right, friends. Moderators list this morning. We'll start with Thor. He's looking at Tesla, AMD, PayPal, and the overall market. Futures as well listed on there. Someone asked me last night about futures and if some of the stuff that we use on BBT can be translated into futures as far as equities on our onboarding class. So email Thor. Thor's a great guy. He'll get you some answers on that. He could send you some videos as well. So Mike, look at NVIDIA, Tesla. Pierre is looking at Tesla, AMD, PayPal. Welcome to the team, my friend. A new member, new moderator to our team. So welcome. Jared looking at oh no, sorry. Jared's the sound bites are available in the chat room, so you could take a look at his sound bites over there. Brian's looking at PayPal, NVIDIA, Tesla, Roku, and Google. Jared, he's watching 3M and PayPal, both on earnings today, and then scanning for others on the secondary list. Avi will be looking at the SPY. If he rejects 509, Paris, his list, PayPal, Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, and Microsoft. No IPOs, no SPACs for today. It's just coming in right there from Peter, and we'll see what Peter has as well. So Peter on his list, AMD, Tesla, PayPal, Apple, and 3M. So man, it's a great day. We got a lot going on here, friends. If you haven't done so already, we are sitting just at 186, so we need a couple of more to hit our goal of 200. Also, keep in mind that we are trading live after this, so we are staying on. So please don't move. We're going to be staying on with you guys here in our chat. So we're going to bring in Brian. Let's see here. We're going to bring in Brian and Thor probably. And I'm not sure if Andrew's
designing a
back from
website on
travels.
Wix, right here. You're seeing
What was
some
that?
interesting stuff. You're designing a website on Wix, are you? We saw some
No,
interesting stuff.
that was definitely an ad. I'm not deciding anything, man. I don't got time for don't got time for deciding stuff. No, I don't got time for that. But no, it's funny. These ads, Bing is pretty good at ads, man. They get me all the time. They send stuff that really they know how to clickbait me, and every time I log in, I gotta make sure I don't click on that stuff. But they doing a pretty good job. All right, friends, we're all set. Brian, whenever you're ready, man, hop on, and we will transition over to you. So I'm gonna check a listen here, Brian. And guys, we'll be trading live over on YouTube, so definitely stay put here. Boil some onion in hot water, add honey, drink that tea twice per day will fix you right up. That sounds like a plan, man. Did you hear that?
Onions in honey. That sounds
Yeah.
odd. Sounds a little rude. All right. Well, I guess it could work.
Yeah.
Anyways, everybody's got different, right? If I just put it all together, I'll get some onion, garlic, ginger, lemon, honey tea.
You'll get something. I think I hear
Put it all in one
Brian.
big boiling pot.
Yeah. All right. I'm
Anyways,
gonna
all
cut
right,
my
guys.
sound here, guys. Take care. Trade safe. We'll see you guys in a
Yeah,
bit.
trade smart, everybody.
All right, Brian, let me sure I can hear you.
Good morning, Carlos. Good morning, Peter.
Excellent.
Peter, what a trooper. Man, he does not
Thanks,
sound
Brian.
good.
Thanks.
But nice that he was able to show up for the pre-market show, fight his way through it. Now he's going to be going off and drinking some of these weird concoctions people are coming up with. Anyway, thank you guys. And Peter, thank you for making the big effort to get through the pre-market show. Always appreciated. So anyway, yeah, some stuff going on. We had some hot employment number, not employment, but I think wage stuff related to wages. Market didn't like it too much. Initial reaction, we're kind of coming back here on the SPY and Qs. Tesla going into, I think they're going into plaid on layoff mode. What else? Lilly blew out their numbers, raised their guidance. Yes, sir. Thank you, rats. So I'm just going to be watching the usual suspects. Mara's kind of interesting. I guess Bitcoin's down quite a bit. Trading Terminal has a good overview page of some stuff. Yeah, Bitcoin's, wow. Bitcoin, I thought 62,000 was kind of a level that Bitcoin had been holding for some time. And it's at 61,280 right now. So we've kind of lost that 62,000 level that's been support. Gold is down quite a bit today too. So excuse me. Let's get back to bookmap here. Tesla fading. AMD fading. NVIDIA's popping up a bit here. Roku's dropping a bit. listening to a podcast last night about possibility that NYSE is going to join crypto and start trading 24/7. So that's going to be interesting. Can you imagine not trading the open? Thor, good
Hey, what's
morning,
up,
sir.
buddy? You know, the thing I think on that whole thing is I think they're going to have to get the market makers to like wake up and actually come into work in order for that to happen. And I don't think they will. So I think although it may be open 24/7, I don't think there will be any volume. So good luck trading it. It'll be horrible trading 24/7, and then the market will open the way it always opens, and we'll still make money.
It's either that or they'll have to just chain the market makers to their desks and tell them
and give them nonstop coffee.
You can never leave your desk.
Just tandem.
Yeah. Yeah, just say, that's it, man. You are stuck here forever.
Nonstop coffee is what I got going on right now, by the way.
What the fuck? I just do there. Don't do that.
So I find the market pretty interesting as we approach open here in 15 seconds. We had when that news that came in at 8:30 really got a big drop real quick, and I think with the Canadian economic data paired on top of some employment costs in the U.S., that kind of got things a little spicy, but it actually dropped it into a buying range. So I'm actually kind of interested to see if this ends up being a big fake out here in the pre-market. We end up having ourselves a big old rally here. I actually bought some ES contracts earlier in pre-market, kind of thinking that might happen. So I'm kind of watching that to see what we've got going on.
AMD's dropping a bit right now. NVIDIA's going. I'm watching NVIDIA. It's kind of interesting. I got a feeling it's going to be a little bit choppy here at the open until. So I'm not gonna jump into anything quite yet.
Oh man, Tesla right off of S3 right at the open. Stinker. Dang it. That'd have been a one and done. Oh well. Little lag for me on DOS too, actually. It does seem a little jittery this morning. Keep that in mind, people. The platform seems a little, at least for me, it seems a little laggy. Not too bad, just a little bit.
All right. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, just a lot of stuff kind of jumping around. Look at AMD bounced back. Google bounced back. Q's still haven't really done anything. Just
kind of hanging.
They're just throwing a wick on both sides of the open price.
We do have, what is it? Consumer confidence at 10. And consumer confidence, what's interesting is like all that volume that came in the morning, consumer confidence is normally the mover. I actually spend quite a bit of time tracking economic events because I trade the futures a lot. So naturally, I'm focused on economic events. I went long on Tesla on that pullback to 888, 188. I mean, so I watch a lot of economic events, and so because of that, I'm constantly dialed in on these, and the one that's coming at 10 is normally the bigger event, so we'll have to kind of keep that in mind.
Damn.
No, I don't like that drawback. I went ahead and cut Tesla at break even. I'm going to hold off on that and wait a second, see if it gets a little lower so I get better RVR.
Already, everything's kind of choppy. I'm trying to figure out what Roku's going to do here. Tesla.
It didn't exit. Oh well, guess I'm still in.
He's still there?
Yeah, I'm still in. I was going to cut it, and then I actually put the order out, and it didn't take the order, and then it started moving up a little bit, so I took the order off.
Well,
so
sometimes
it caught a bid, so it must have been why I didn't get filled. That's cool.
Yeah, sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
All right. I think I'm gonna throw a little bit of long on there with you on Tesla. Might feels like it's going through 189. Feels like it wants to go higher, maybe.
Here we go. There's a little bit move.
Yeah, it's looking good. Looking good. We hit 190.
All right, I'm at break even for sure. If it comes all the way back down to 188.50, I'll get out. You can see my entries. As it pushed here, my stop was a new low. 1 minute low, kind of playing this like an ABC, and it held and then pushed. But if it comes back down now, I'll just get out of it. And
crap, NVIDIA went green on the day. Should have expected that.
Still holding my ES. I'm in on ES from right here, so I'm kind of a wide stop on that one too, though. So we're just going to kind of hang out here and see if we can just coax some money out of the market. PayPal dropping like crazy. Nice. Trying to get in Google on.
Yeah, Google had a nice little pop up there. Yeah, Q's tried to pop and then we pulled back. No, it's still. See what happens now. See if we can still get some follow through here.
All my good ideas are all.
Yeah, I have to bail on the rest of that position.
Yeah, I ended up cutting it as well. I'm gonna actually. I was hoping to get a better opportunity to buy on it, so I'm not. It's actually not a short for me unless it goes below 186.50. So it's got a buyer sitting here, and it's had a buyer here. So I'm from yesterday. So I'm kind of thinking we can rally off of here. I'm just hoping it can give me a little bit of a dip so I can try and get a piece of it. But that buyer just came in again and just grabbed it. So knowing me, I'll just get stopped out of it and just let it go. I'm still holding ES, so and that's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, it took a bit of a long on NVIDIA back on that pullback to the VWAP. Let's see if it can hold here, push higher.
You can see here. This is my Ninja platform, so you can see here I'm long on ES here. So targeting a run today.
All right. Well, I had to bail on the NVIDIA trade because it didn't hold that VWAP. Still might come back up here, but Google's the one to be in here.
Yeah, I know. I've seen a couple people saying Google all day. I was like, well, I don't know why I didn't do it.
Yeah, I had that on my watch list too.
Oh yeah, AMD's in a nice spot.
Wow.
A lot of selling on it today, though.
Yeah, Qs are rolling over a bit here.
let's see, we're so the buy on this one would have been us 3. Stinking Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Google. Oh, okay. I'm watching Google here for a potential short.
That's right at how'd you say?
Not in love with the order book yet, though, for a short. So it's the right spot, but not really the right time.
Here we go.
Stinking Tesla. Tesla's going to be the bane of my existence today.
Seems like it. Yeah, it's back to being.
I haven't traded it anymore, but it obviously But look at this thing. Look at this choppy mess this thing's being right now.
Okay, well, I'm long a little bit of Google right now. I think Nvidia came back up again. See if we can get to R3. We're getting pretty close.
Here we go. Here we go. Come on, market.
Yeah. Giddy up.
Giddy up. Giddy up.
Giddy up. Google. Let's see. 168. 168. There we go. Print. Got a fill there. Nvidia is now breaking out after that pullback. Dang it. Qs are breaking out.
It's not I'm not very eventful, but still holding my ES long, so that'll work.
All right. Well, still holding a bit of Google. No other trades right now. Tesla or Nvidia kind of stopped me out and then decided to go higher after that.
Rude.
Booga, yes. You booga.
We have a 10 o'clock news event today. That should be it's normally a really big news event.
Right.
So we got to keep that in mind. Maybe, if you're in your positions in 10 minutes or so from now or 15 minutes from now, just keep that in mind.
$10 o'clock. I've still got 18 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Where are you going? Google? Let's see here. Come on. Keep going. We're at R3 now, which would give them. That's why we kind of rejected as soon as we went through 168 as well. Interesting. Got some big orders at 168, sort of coming up through here.
This is the spot on PayPal. If we were going to try and buy a tested, like a back-tested breakout, this is kind of where you would be looking for that to happen. PayPal's order book does have a lot of sellers left to the top side. So certainly institution-wise, they were thinking pretty good for a long on this thing. The problem is with the big gap, you just have lots of people who bought PayPal back at around back at $62. They're just profit taking right now. And that's going to cause this gap to fill a little bit. So, but if they're going to buy, they need to support here because this is kind of where we bought. We stopped selling around here a month ago, and this is kind of where we bought during this initial break when the news came out. So, if they don't support here, we could get a significantly larger gap fill, which could end up being negative by the time it's all said and done. If they buy up here and hold 69, it could be an all day long. So it's really an interesting spot right now. The order book actually looks like all day long.
Or All Night Long by Lionel Richie. We should bring your wife in. She could sing that for us.
Absolutely.
Thor's wife is a virtuoso.
A good one, too.
Yeah. All right. Come on, Google. Giddy up. It's spending too long here. Getting nervous.
Be nice if we just got a nice big old trending rally on the ES.
Yeah. The Qs have broken out. The SPY's broken out.
I'm still just holding my ES position. I ran too wide of a stop on it this morning. I ran it below the previous day's low. So, but that means my friggin' 2-to-1 is like crazy out of pocket. But I think we can get there. I'm actually feeling pretty good about it. But
wow, Roku's back at high of pre-market. Crazy.
Now I've got Lionel Richie stuck in my head. That's a great song. I mean, there's a reason that song was like an anthem.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
Okay, well, I'm out of Google. That couldn't bust a move there. Nvidia is kind of rolling over a bit now. Tesla's at 190. Are you in Tesla?
Nope. Sure ain't. I don't want to talk about it.
No. Tesla's going to be, Tesla, like I said, if it's trading on news, it's a decent trading stock. When it starts to trade just on no news and goes up and down, it can really chop you up. Roku's coming up to that 61.35 level, which I think will be probably some resistance here.
Oh, nice, Ken.
Interesting. All right. Well, I got no trades on right now. Kind of just sitting and watching.
Yeah, I still got my ES position on, but I've already got it trailing the 50. So if it does if it comes back and takes me out, I'll still make like probably 30 or 40 bucks on it. It won't be a lot, but cover my comms.
Here we go. There you go.
Until something funner happens. We'll see what happens at 10 o'clock. I'm hoping I'm in a good position at 10 o'clock when the news comes out and it holds without coming down and taking me out. Because if we get a nice pop on the top side when the news comes out. I could do pretty well.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see if I make it.
What is it? It's consumer confidence, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I shorted a little bit of Roku there at that 6130, just because I knew it was going to be resistance. So
Roku, a blast from the past.
Scalp. Yeah. I had that 6135 level Carlos was talking about on the pre-market. The pre-market, I had that marked. Good place for a bit of a pullback at the very least. And it's just a scalp. All right, well, pretty choppy.
Little volume just came in there on the market when it pulled back. See if we do an advancing pattern here.
And Mike's messing around with MU and Roku.
And Jonathan White and he just let go. Then you'd be amazed, like when people are caught in like spontaneously stressful situations, how like frozen they'll become. This happens like with people driving cars a lot. Like they mean to step on the brake, but they accidentally step on the gas. But since they stepped on the gas, their brain will not let their foot off the pedal, because their brain is like, you're slamming the brake, but you got to actually like override that quick decision. You know what I mean? So that's pretty, you know what I'm saying? They call it diamond foot.
Diamond foot, yeah. Hey, you know what else is, you know what else is an example of that is water skiing. If you ever been in a watch people, especially new people that they just won't let go of that rope.
As someone who has water skied before and has done that, for the record.
Nice. Abby, what did you do? You traded SPY. Okay, I know you were watching that 509 level.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
All right. Not a bad way to make $3,600. I don't think he's actually out of bed yet.
No. Oh, I think he's isn't it like 8 or 9 o'clock there at night, I think.
Right. Still in bed.
Still in bed. Or he's just about to go to bed. He's about to hit the clubs, maybe.
You need to make some money before you hit the club. He's like, if I don't make 3,500 G's today, if I don't make 3,500, I can't go party tonight.
Yeah. I can't be the life of the party at the club.
That's right. I can't make it rain like that. No, they don't want no scrubs.
That guy sitting in the corner in the booth with four women and a couple of bottles of expensive champagne. Okay, so Jared's long
just a little TLC.
Yeah, I'm out of this Roku short. It was just what's Triple M doing? Triple M wasn't one I was going to watch. Okay.
Not to ADHD too bad on you, but I just went from having All Night Long from Lionel Richie in my head playing to now Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls by TLC. And I want the Lionel Richie song back, please. Is there any way you can put that one back in my head and get rid of the earworm you just typed into my eyes?
Hello, it's me. Hey, it's okay. Roku's actually dropping more. Damn. Oh, there goes Nvidia's popping back up to high of day. It's pretty choppy price action right now. I mean, Nvidia kind of holding that 20 moving average, but this 882.30, which is a level I've got marked on, my screen with NVIDIA is just it's having trouble getting through there. Wow, Roku. That actually, unfortunately, I should have didn't stick with that Roku trade. Crappers. Well, I think we're kind of just waiting on this consumer confidence number because it just doesn't seem like we're we're doing much. The SPY 509.50 was sort of high of day right now.
Yeah, for me, that's kind of why I'm not in any, like, I don't really want to get into any new positions until that news comes out. That's kind of why I'm just hanging and chatting right now. Because I'm holding some positions, obviously, but then
right.
I don't want to look at this thing coming, but I don't want to get into anything fresh just to have it killed out in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Plus, I do have ADHD, so I mean, if you type it, basically, I'm probably going to go down that road. So I'm like Ron Burgundy, you know. Thank you, and have a great night, everyone. You know, it's like,
all right.
Who put a question mark on the teleprompter?
Well, we do have this number coming up in just about 5 minutes. So let's see. Wow, look at Roku really just rolled over. That 61.35 level that I had marked on my screen was like right to the. That was a place to go short for sure. Damn.
In theory, 10 o'clock is when the news is going to. Yeah, Ross, it's because consumer confidence is at 10 o'clock. So it's there. We're just not getting any decisions being made by any of the major market makers right now, or really any of the other participants until we can. Apparently, they're waiting for more news, which is expected. I was actually surprised to see the market react so heavily to the news that came out before. I mean, it was some Canadian stuff with some varied other numbers, and I get that, but the consumer confidence is normally the big mover of the day.
What was the Canadian number?
It was let's see.
No,
it
usually
was the Canadian GDP. The actual was 2. It was 0.2. Forecast was 0.3. Previous was 0.6. So it's just showing a little bit of a slowdown. But then it was that paired with U.S. employment costs and benefits both went up. So U.S. employment costs are 1.2, forecasted at 1, and it was previously 0.9. And benefit costs are 1.1 versus 0.7, which is previously 0.7. So we're seeing like an increase in economic expenditures with a decrease in some of our good friends' GDP. So you can easily say, well, if their GDP is slowing, maybe our GDP is slowing, and if they're we already know our expenses are going up because we can see those numbers. So consumer confidence is going to be a real big deal here.
Yeah, Meta's gone green on the day. Apple's still. Apple's been benefiting from some upgrades here. People saying, Gene Munster, I think it was, just buy it, hold your nose and buy it. I don't know if that's a strategy. It sounds
that's right up there with the buy low, sell high.
Yeah, sounds like a Cathie Wood strategy.
I like it.
Yeah.
No, hers is sell low, buy high. You heard that right.
Did Roku ever sell off? Damn. Should have stuck with that trade. Oh, AMD's breaking out here. So is Nvidia. Nvidia broke out through this 882 level that it's been struggling with, but we still got this consumer confidence number coming up here in minute and a half.
Marshall, no, she's not actually. She's brilliant, for the record. Kathy Woods is brilliant. I just, it's a fun banter within the industry, but she's actually awesome. She makes a fortune, and that's why people hate her. You know what I mean? Anytime people's doing their job and they're doing making money and doing a good thing, people are going to make fun of you and do stuff. So I just think, but but yeah, sometimes maybe a little too brilliant, but no, it's like Kramer, not for nothing. We have a reverse Kramer index, but the dude's been making calls for like 40 years, right? So of course the dude's going to have bad calls. He makes like every call. He's going to have good ones and bad ones. It's just fun to poke fun at him because he's an easy target.
Yeah. Can't be right all the time.
I mean, you can.
So
you
what
tell
is
me when you were wrong last time. I'm just kidding.
So what is what are the future? The future book they must be cleaning it out right now.
Yeah, let me
that 30
let me
seconds.
flip it over here. So watch this, everybody. As we approach the news event come out, you can see on my screen, I got the book up for the ES futures, which is the SPY futures. Watch how this book starts to lean out as they start pulling orders off of it leading into this news event.
All right, here we go. We got 5 seconds.
Big seller still sitting to the top side at 51.50. Here comes the vol. Ooh, this tape is already spinning to the second. Doink. Here we go.
You're getting a bit of a push here.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of volume.
So I don't know what the number was, but
all right, let's see here. The volume came in like a push and then just tanked. It was like one good push and then done. So that's interesting. So right after that came in, we now have a very tight range put on by the market makers on ES. 51.50 to the top side, 51.27.50 to the downside. CVD is green. So since the news has come out, we've been buying more than selling. So if we continue to buy like this, immediate target would be 51.50. After that, if it breaks 51.62.50. And we hold it. All right. Well, it's a little after 10, so I actually got to bail. Per usual, I kind of have 10 o'clock appointments a lot later, but I'm going to run and go do that. But I'll leave it on for maybe someone's got some Momo stuff going on that maybe is a little bit more fun than what I'm up to. But I'm still holding ES. So if we start trending out here, I'm actually gonna look because of our daily position. I'm actually gonna look for kind of an all day run on this one if it starts running. If not, I probably will just hang out and not make very much money today. But I'll see everybody back on at 11 o'clock.
All right. Thanks, Thor. Appreciate it. All right. Looks like NVIDIA's making a move here.
Hey, Brian. Good morning. Hey, baby.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Had a decent short on Roku, but I just didn't hold it long enough. I thought it was going to pounce back there.
I am currently short Microsoft, guys. I'm short from 450.
You mean 450?
Yeah.
Microsoft?
Yeah. 450 cents. My bad.
Okay. I was about to say, man, did you ever get a good fill?
So, but my TD has stopped working. Oh, now it's working. Yeah, now it's working. For a second, it stopped. No, man, I do not love Tesla today. I took a hit on Tesla. Uh, Tried to capture the momentum on the upside, but I couldn't catch it. I'm break even on the ticker, but now it's a short. Let me share my screen, guys. Microsoft is dropping, so that's good.
Yeah, Microsoft's struggling here. Interesting. Qs are dropping.
So
SPY's
Qs are
dropping. It's funny, Microsoft's right at yesterday's low, which is why it's spending time here.
Yeah, I think it has a chance to go to 385. Sorry,
Yeah.
395. AMD is selling off. Video is selling off. Yeah, Tesla is not an easy ticker today, guys. It showcased a strength, it showcased weakness. I've been long biased on it. I tried one, two, three, four trades, two profitables, small profitables, two small losses. So I'm not liking the price action. They just showcase a lot of strength and then immediately drops, and it's not dropping that much either. So I don't like Tesla. But Microsoft is turning out really nice for me. So that's, and I've been biased. I traded Microsoft yesterday as well, and Microsoft is at a good area for a short. I traded PayPal, so that's why I'm down on the day. I traded PayPal at the open. That was tier 3 size, and I stopped out. So that was a bad loss for me, and that's why I'm down on the day. But happy with that. PayPal would have easily squeezed to 71 cents easy. And I don't mind getting stopped out on these. So Microsoft is trying to bounce back a little bit. PayPal is coming back up. So
wow. Google just threw some pretty strange wicks.
Oh, very nice, Shane. Yeah, Nvidia. I'm not trading Nvidia right now.
Nvidia's really kind of, it's not trending yet. It's just chopping around a lot.
Yeah, same with AMD. I do not have the. I don't know what these stocks are doing. I was more of a short biased on Nvidia, but now it's popping up. I was wanting to short the 878, 880 area, but they're holding up pretty nicely, so I don't buy it.
And I tried a long on Nvidia. Actually, got partial profit, and then it sank. So and then I ended up losing on the trade.
Yeah.
AMD
Not a
is
great volume. I think PayPal has a chance to go up. PayPal, let's see if it breaks the, I don't know, 69.25, holds above that. Now I'm thinking, where should I get in? I can go in at 68.50. Or wait for it to break the 69.25 and then get in. Let's see. Yeah. PayPal is interesting. I might take PayPal if things set up. Microsoft is not looking for a weakness. Microsoft is coming back. So I am down on the day, but I think we'll end up profitable. So it's just a matter of finding right opportunity. So it's 10:07. If Microsoft drops the 398, I'll be back in business, at least a break even. Ghost, yeah. You took the exact same trade as mine. Yeah, 70 seller at that white print never left it. Exactly. I am so proud of you, Ghost. It's we exactly saw the same thing. And that's a proud moment when when you teach something and the other person learns that efficiently that they see the exact same thing. uh, so Tesla, again, the buyers have stepped in. Now they're gonna see if they can squeeze, or is it still a pop and drop. Microsoft is looking interesting. I think Microsoft has a chance to drop, but we'll see. So Tesla is back above 88.50. Tesla keeps buying up.
Yeah, Tesla's. I kind of look at Tesla and I think there's a chart that's not tradable.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
mean,
It's
it's
very
just
tempting, to be honest. I think it's very tempting,
yeah.
but I don't want to get in. Guys, I'm taking a long on PayPal. Not that crazy size, tier one size, but if it comes back and holds the 69, then I'll uh, add more. I'm taking a long on PayPal. Let's see if it has that 68.50.
PayPal's right. Kind of. It's interesting. It actually just it's been selling off. Obviously, came back up, got back through the 9, went through the 20. It's kind of stalling below the VWAP.
Microsoft is dropping, PayPal is popping up. Let's see if it breaks the 69. 69, guys, 69. Break the 69. Microsoft is dropping, which is good. I'm thinking of, yeah, I should have added more. I was thinking a deeper pullback, but I think Microsoft is doing good. PayPal is doing good
Yeah.
too. So Microsoft breaks the low. Come on, Microsoft. So Microsoft is breaking, guys. So Microsoft is breaking the lows.
PayPal's looking like it might move higher here.
Yeah, PayPal is looking interesting. From here, it should squeeze. So if above 69, then 70 is going to be a cakewalk for PayPal. I should take some partials on PayPal. It has moved 50 cents in my favor. AMD. Hector. Yes, 69. PayPal. PayPal gave 69. PayPal is a nice guy.
Short Roku again here.
So PayPal is popping higher. I think it's gonna, if it holds the 69 for a couple more minutes, I think it's gonna squeeze to 70, and that's gonna be fun. Here we go. So let me take some partials. 69.17. What is Microsoft doing? Microsoft is still looking. Microsoft is not flushing down.
We did
Microsoft
have a
should be,
we did have a move down on the Qs and the SPY.
yeah. So Microsoft, once it drops, it's gonna be fun. But PayPal is looking good. So I'm thinking of, let's see if it, I want to see a hold here. So PayPal popped up, very nice. So Microsoft is coming back up. Not a good thing. Nvidia is now looking weak. 880 is still holding, so I'm not interested to short anything on Nvidia. PayPal, I think it's gonna squeeze to 70, guys. This is gonna be, and then it would break the high of the day, and it would go very high. At least 7-8% pop. I think deserves PayPal. Very nice, Jared. Yeah, that's what I'm looking as well.
Yeah, PayPal came down to yesterday's high and bounced off it. It would have been a good entry.
So PayPal popping up. Ah man, Snap is above. What is doing? What is Snap doing? Man, it broke the 15. Nice, guys. Nice. Amazing on PayPal. Sorry, the Snap guys. Very nice. So Microsoft is now not looking good. It held the 398.75.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it wants to drop. It's just sort of flatlining.
Guys, I'm adding more on PayPal. I'm adding more on PayPal for the pop to 70. What an ad. The second I added it popped. I knew you were gonna pop PayPal. And the next and the next thing you see, it's coming back. I think it pulls back to maybe below 69 and then bounces. But I saw a hell bid at 169.13. So 69.13 was a buyer. Uh, so Microsoft is again selling off. That's good. PayPal should be bought back here. So let's see if it, yeah, 69.13 popped. What a level. 69.13. It did not let 69.13 drop. Let's see, break the 69.50. No. So Tesla, that was looking bullish, now is at the low of the day. Microsoft is selling off. Nvidia is still holding that area. Not interested on Nvidia.
Yeah, Nvidia's nothing's really moving much. AMD Qs are just kind of chopping. It does look like the SPYs has some buying interest, pullback getting bought. But Qs are just, every time they get up to that 432 level, it rejects.
If Microsoft goes to 398, I swear I'll be nice in the money. And if PayPal goes to 70, I would be very profitable. That's the plan. So Microsoft is dropping, guys. PayPal is popping. So that's, both of them are working nice. Let's see if it has a chance to break the 69.50 PayPal. Squeeze from here, PayPal.
There's an order there, 69.70.
Yeah, the volume isn't that great on PayPal. It's very sporadic. Okay, here we go. Selling some 69.50 on PayPal. Closed above 1650. That's a good sign. PayPal is popping, guys. So it goes to 70 for sure. Very good chance it pops to 70, guys. Microsoft also is holding in a. I think I should take some off on Microsoft. Just because it's this resistance, support area is, now it's gonna drop. The support area is a pretty strong support area. Okay, PayPal is popping.
Yeah, I got long some PayPal. Yeah, it's breaking out here.
Anybody take that with me, guys, on PayPal?
Yeah, you can hear me. I'm long PayPal as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Yeah. Awesome. Man. So PayPal goes to 70. Microsoft again bouncing, but a good thing about Microsoft is it's showcasing a relative weakness. If you look at this, it's making lower lows, and this is what you call as a descending wedge pattern. And ideally, you want to short these pops and look for the break on the downside. But sometimes you don't get it. It would just immediately pop up. But it's showcasing that the sellers are trying to take control. The buyers are trying to hold that specific level, but the sellers are trying to take control on the buyers. So that's a good thing, at least on Microsoft. But PayPal is a boss now. PayPal goes to 70, guys.
Yeah.
And there's a big a level 2 at 70.
Yeah, there's a big ask at 70.
This drop that you see, guys, this is not a short. This is a buy. These drops are the areas you people are buying. It's holding 69.61. Anybody saw that held bid at 69.61? Let's see if 61 holds. No, it popped up again, stepped up. Let's see. So Microsoft now again looking for the break. I'm adding. Oh man, I wanted to add on PayPal. Yeah, I'm adding more on PayPal. 69.41. Let's see if it has a chance to pop from here. I'm adding more here as well, just to see that 69.13 that buyer holds.
Meta's at high of day. Kind of looks like it's trying to break out here. Qs and SPY just seem to be not doing much of anything. Both the Qs and the SPY are trying to hold the VWAP here.
I think it goes below 69 now. It's 69.13 is, yeah, it goes below 69 now. Yeah, that was a. I'm adding back in. Let's see if it bounces from here. It tried to bounce, but immediately gave back. Let's see. There's a fight happening at 69. Come on, pop this time. Don't drop here from here.
Wow, Nvidia's back to PDC. Watch for a bounce here. Still long some Nvidia at 878.
My average is 69.03, but I'm willing to give a little bit more room. I don't mind giving back a little bit of profits here, but this is the area that it has to work. I'll be out below 69, 68.75.
So just sold some 878.50 in Nvidia. I'm not sure if it's going to hold PDC here. I'm out of the rest of it. I don't like it. Looks like it's going to head lower. Qs are dropping, SPY's dropping. The Microsoft should be dropping. Nope, still holding that.
Yeah, Microsoft is holding that thing, but I think it's gonna puke. The volume came in, so I think now is the time for the Microsoft to drop.
You said that word again.
Oh, sorry.
We do. Yeah, especially Peter. For Peter, you don't want to give Peter any ideas.
I still see buyers on PayPal, but they're not bouncing that aggressively. I still see buyers in them.
All right, friends. Over on
I think
YouTube,
this
we're
is the
getting
time
ready
that
to
PayPal
end our
is just
stream
trying
here.
to
So,
trap a lot of
guys,
people
thank you
in,
so much for joining
and let them squeeze in
us
periodically.
this morning through the pre-market show and also through the live trading as we get ready to end things here. So, thank you so much, guys. Hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We appreciate your support. Thank you guys for joining us again this morning. We'll be doing it again tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. We have Fed decision coming out, so that's going to create a lot of opportunities. We'll be looking forward to that, and hopefully you guys are enjoying these live sessions that we're doing. We're going to be doing them going forward for a little bit longer. So let me go ahead and mute these guys here. So yeah, guys, take care. Have a great trading day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.